Hello, it's John Spangle. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I renamed it John Spangle Underground, representing the underground church in the end times. John Spangle was just so basic. I'm still awkward on these videos, and I will be, always will be. I'm not comfortable at looking at myself on the screen. I'm sitting there with my cats. I got Furball. Furball's one. Artie, and you see Baby back here. I got heat in this bathroom because our house, we've had problems with since the 1st of August of 2022. A tree fell on our house, and thank God in heaven, grandkids were over here and we made it out, but it did a lot of damage. Had to put on a new roof on the house. The only room that didn't need to be done was this small middle bathroom. It's a little messy right now. I got cats in here. They've been here for 2 weeks. I don't have heat in the house. They still haven't replaced the furnace. So I come in here twice a day, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night, make sure they got heat. I got a heater that puts out a real good heat, but I'm afraid to leave it running. I don't want my babies to get too cold. The coldest I've had it in here was, I think, 50 degrees. And I talked to a lady who does survival for animals, and we've talked about temperatures, and that's the exact temperature they keep their place at, where they got all their animals out. So I think it's pretty good. They don't feel cold or anything when I come in here, and they just sit on my lap. As you can see, they're all over me. So but I'm gonna continue. I got more updates. I've had some health issues, and I haven't been doing anything online for probably a year or something like that. I think I did a video a few months ago talking about our house. I had an argument with the owner of the business, contracting business. Was not a very good choice of words we had to each other, but basically I'm stuck in this contract, and they're taking their sweet time. Like I said, it'd be next week. It'd be 6 months, and the house isn't done. I can't give the name on YouTube because threatening to sue me for defamation if I put on any social media the name of the company or anything like that. And I've had issues with the insurance company too. The insurance company's taking forever to do certain things. So it's been costly for my family. We've lost a lot of money out of this. It's not like we gained, but eventually we'll be back in the house. I believe that the rapture of the church is going to happen any moment. I may not need this. We're going to be in heaven. So me and my wife were been living in the hotel for 6 months, and that issues is with the insurance company. Is I had to start paying 3 months ago. Well, it was back in November. The construction company gave an end date of getting a job done, and of course they're not done, not even halfway done. And so all that money, according to the contract with insurance, well, they gave an end date, so it's got to pay out of your pocket. So all my income, I'm a disabled veteran. Well, partly disabled through the VA, then the rest of my disability through the state. I've been unable to work after my cancer, and a few other things happened health-wise. So it's been coming out of my pocket. So basically, all our money takes care of is I have electricity on here so I can run heat in the hotel room, and eating is just outrageous trying to eat. We do microwavable foods and stuff. And like I went over a friend's house tonight and we had a nice meal, but it's been a burden. So, but it is what it is. I mean, this is materialistic. It doesn't matter. I love coming here, being with the cats and praying. We're able to have 2 cats in the room with us at the hotel, but there's a 2-cat limit. So I got the other 3. We have 5, so I got the other 3 here. My daughter, up till 3 weeks ago, she moved to a different place, and she was watching the animals for me. But unfortunately, the place she moved to, they don't allow pets. So the cats have been in here, and of course, it's been 3 weeks since they said they were going to put a furnace in. So, and the company's been paid up front, everything. You know, they've been paid over $80,000 up front through insurance. I've been insured for all that, but it's interesting. I lost my temper the other day, and you know, we're human. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't let the guy get to me. But it's a veteran-owned company, so that's the reason why I was very angry with the man. Veterans were a brotherhood, supposed to take care of each other. and not use each other. And my neighbor's the same way. Tree fell on our house. Same store, tree fell on their house, and their house isn't done. Not even close. So it's not just my house. For one understanding, I talked to some people within the company, and there's a lot of homes that are taking forever to get done because they picked out so many. But it is what it is. I don't know. My belief and faith in God is we could be called up any minute. So this is trivial. It'd be great to come in here, but I don't need to come in here. I got something a lot better than any place on earth that's waiting on me. I had a discussion with some people earlier this week in my family. They all think I'm crazy. Some of them, unfortunately, make fun of me and think I'm an idiot. But I love them, but I believe in God's word. And I tried to explain how we're in the last days to someone, and it's like, well, every year is like that. Everybody's been saying we're the last generation, but you never know. It's been like that for over 2,000 years. Well, yeah, we do know, because 1948 in May is when, Israel was recognized in December of 1947, but it wasn't by United Nations, but it wasn't until May of 1948 did they get their actually officially become their own country. So, and that started the last generation. And then we're seeing, and I try to explain how we're seeing things tenfold happening right now. Everything going on, all these crises coming about. Climate change. We've heard that for years, and people are really pushing for that. People are pushing for you to get medical things. I won't say too much. YouTube, I don't want to mess up my channel. That's one thing one of the people in the family told me, said, why bother make these videos? If what you say is going to happen, there's not going to be no internet in the future. I said, well, I don't know. Internet's going to get cut off, may get cut off tomorrow, may get cut off, be brought back on. I have no idea. All I know is it's an opportunity, since I'm at home all the time, I don't get out, to speak about God. I've got over 50 videos on my channel, and I'm about to make over at least 51, 52 more videos. But I'm doing a wide range of things to discuss and talk about. My videos are, like I explained to them, it's just to get you to read the Bible and look for yourself. There's ideas I have and things I look at and I talk about and study. But by far, I am no scholar, and I've made mistakes. Matter of fact, I took a video off not too long ago because I think I was way off on discussing about who, if I pronounce it correctly, who Melchizedek was. The priest Melchizedek, who he was, Melchizedek. I apologize if I say that incorrectly. It's late at night, 10 o'clock here at the cast. I'm tired. I played with grandson today. But I wasn't happy with that video, so I took it off. And it may be something I may put on more, but I need to study more. And that's the thing, you take responsibility to talk about things, but you want to make sure you're as correct as you can be. God gives us all different abilities, blessings. We don't know. That's my girl. She always watching me. We don't know. We only know what each person is able to do. We all have different levels of spirituality with God. When we study, we like with me, I'm having a lot of health issues. Poor ball likes to hang on my back here. Old man bowed back. So we like myself, I have a lot of memory issues. And unfortunately, I had a lot of books, a lot of notes that I had through the years. But when the storm came through, where the tree went through the roof, it just destroyed everything I had. So, and that's some of the reason why I'm behind, because I had stuff studied, I put ahead that I was beginning to make videos. Instead, I was collecting things, so I need to, instead of do 5 or 6, hey, I need to do 6 videos. I need to just do them put them out as soon as I can, so that don't happen again. But all my notes through the years, a lot of things were lost. And with my memory issues, which they've done once, I went to VA, do some stuff on, and later on I'm supposed to be doing some more. There's a lot lost there. But we all have different abilities when we study. One person can read something and grasp something, and another person, because we're different levels of spirituality. So God talks to each one of us individually. And that's the reason why I press some people like, well, man, you're crazy, your stories. Well, then go read yourself and see what you're coming from. And so, that's the whole purpose. Is I love to talk about God. So that's why I made this channel in the first place, to talk about God and just get the word out about Him. And it's just the love of God. If you don't want to talk about God, then He's not in your heart. And I am forgiven. That doesn't mean I won't make mistakes. That doesn't mean I won't sin. That's what people don't understand. Is some people don't understand when you're a Christian, you live in the flesh, you're going to sin, and then you get mad at yourself. Man, why did I do whatever it was I did wrong? And then you try to correct yourself. You go to God for help correcting it. Could be addiction. Could be anything. I don't want to go into too much stuff because I'll be going into more stuff in my videos, and I'll explain different things. So I look forward to it. The time is short. I just want to throw this up here real quick and long-winded, and it gives me a chance to test some things about trying the phone, putting videos on, seeing if that helps. The next video will be more organized. I'll be doing one later this week. And I just want to say God bless. And I look forward to, personally, I'd rather we'd be going to heaven tonight, but we know the time is short. And that's what I try to explain to some of my family members. It was just like, well, every generation thinks they're a generation, but they didn't have the birth of Israel as a nation. They didn't have the Jews coming back in. Didn't have all the stuff that's going on when Jesus talked about in Sermon on the Mount in Matthew. All of Discord. I apologize. That's one of the old man ministries. But I know it was in chapter 24 where Jesus talked about when the disciples asked him, what about how we know about these things coming? He talked about the speed, the fastness of everything coming. Tachos, where we get tachos, tachometer. I apologize. I have trouble with my speech now. But everything's revving up. And we see all these things happening, about to rev up, and it just authenticates the Bible. And people that don't understand this are people that aren't saved. But people are saved. I'm excited. People I was with the other day at their house talking, they were like, well, I could tell you're really excited. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm not going to stop talking about it. And they're like, well, you shouldn't say these to other people. That's what we're supposed to do. To be a watcher and explain what's happening. Therefore, I don't have blood on my hands because I was afraid to talk. And I talk, even with my speech problems now and my memory problems and all my health issues. I still get around people and I talk. And that's what it's about. But God bless, and I hope to make more videos in the future, and hopefully more people will look at my channel and get the desire to study more and get to know God on their own personal level. Hey,